Stay here as long as you want.
Can you believe that it's been 3 years since we were in Madrid?
That's crazy.
Were you looking to
get married tonight?
What is happening? Have either of you heard of a restaurant called the Two Crows?
The pull-up handle is missing a rod. It could have been used as a weapon to crack someone's neck.
Sarah Harvey wants this murder solved. And whoever this was, they want to cover it up. There's now more than one person after us. I wonder who took this one. Wait, there's more. Oh my God. Was it you? Did you call Charlotte that night from the Two Crows Diner? Emily, I can't talk about this here. Get in the car. Get in the car. I called Charlotte the night she was killed. Why? I asked her to meet me. At the church? At the Two Crows. I sat in that diner, waiting for 2 hours. She never showed up. Look, if someone saw me on the phone, they saw me sitting there by myself with a cup of coffee and a slice of apple pie. Was that your only time at the Two Crows? Last Friday night, someone tried to run me over in the parking lot there. I was still working for Yvonne's mother then, making phone calls in a room with half a dozen volunteers. You wanted Charlotte released. I sat in that diner, waiting for 2 hours. She never showed up. Look, if someone saw me on the phone, they saw me sitting there by myself with a cup of coffee and a slice of apple pie. Was that your only time at the Two Crows? Last Friday night, someone tried to run me over in the parking lot there. I was still working for Yvonne's mother then, making phone calls in a room with half released. That's why you had a change of heart in the hearing. You were afraid Ari's story would convince the judge to keep her in the hospital where you couldn't get to her. I wasn't trying to get to her. I just wanted to talk to her, away from everyone else. You understand that? Sure. After the special attention you got at the bottom of a certain hole. Not just me, Emily. Charlotte De Laurentiis knew everything about every one of us. Every mistake, every lie, every crime. And she never implicated us the 5 years she was locked up. She just sat in that hospital, ticking like a time bomb. And what would you have done if she'd shown up? Find out what she was going to do with all her new freedom. And if she said she was going to tell everything, were you just going to sit there eating your apple pie? Maybe. Or maybe you were thinking about doing something to stop her. It doesn't matter what I was thinking. The fact is she never showed up. I'll drive you back. What if it had been you? What if you called her and she showed up? What would you have done?
Got a secret, can you keep it? Swear this one you say. Better lock it in your pocket, taking this one to the grave. If I show you that I know you won't tell what I said, 'cause two can't keep a secret if one of them is dead.
Basically told you she was ready to kill Charlotte.
Yeah, but she didn't because Charlotte never showed up. Not guilty because the victim didn't show? That's setting the bar pretty low, Em.
Innocent, guilty, whatever. She admits to being the brunette on the phone. Let's tell Tanner this so I can get off the suspect list.
So do you think she's lying? I'll pick a top.
Whatever. She admits to being the brunette on the phone. Let's tell Tanner this so I can get off the suspect list.
So do you think she's lying? I'll pick a topic.
About Charlotte not meeting her that night.
That's probably true. It's too easy to check.
While you two are discussing this, let's remember that I was the one that was in a lineup. All right? It's really unflattering lighting there.
So what'll we wait?
For what? Whoever this is wants us to hand over Charlotte's killer before election night, and they're getting impatient. Yeah? Well, does anyone want to put some ointment on that impatience?
Look, a free-range Mona is more likely to lead us someplace, especially if she thinks we believe her. So, we believe her. We believe her enough. close for a little while longer. Well, I'll meet them when I get back. Well, then I'll meet them the next time they're in New York. Tanner wants us to stay. Well, your lawyers are there and I'm here, so I have to go with my gut. No, if I was in New York, all I'd be thinking about is Ari and the others. Because they're my friends, Jordan. Yes, you know I do. All right, I'll call you later. I love you.
So do I get an invitation to the wedding?
Of course you do.
Almost half expecting to meet Jordan when I got here.
You know, he's a little phobic of small towns. He thinks they exist only to escape from.
Mm-hmm. I used to think that.
What changed your mind?
Big cities.
Oh, I picked up a few ties that could go with the shirts I saw in your closet.
You did not have to do that.
Well, it's just a little thank you for letting me stay here. Oh, and I put Post-its on what goes with what.
Terrific. Garanimals for grown-ups. Okay, so I checked out the system, I upgraded the firmware, and I took the fireplace offline until I could replace this controller. Look, I'm sorry, I don't know what happened, but it will not happen again.
Because you didn't have to come back for that.
I would have, but I had to be here anyway. I'm checking out some property.
A house?
No, those empty factories and mills past the lake. My accountants are telling me to spend money, and I figure if I can do something with one of those old dinosaurs, the accountants are happy, and town gets a little bit of tax revenue.
Oh, local boy makes good.
Yeah, a little of that. Maybe I'm giving this town a second chance.
I know what you mean. When we finally got out of here, it was so fast we didn't really realize what we left behind.
So I will bring the new controller tonight. Anything that Aria needs, just give me a call. Okay?
Okay.
It's very late. We almost missed the breakfast part of bed and breakfast. People will wonder what we were doing up here.
People will know exactly what we were doing here. What do you want to do today?
I was thinking that we could find a lake or a river and sit on the bank and read. Or not read.
I'll dig up a French impressionist, pay him $50 for a quick portrait.
Perfect. Why do I have to stay here?
Because you had a concussion.
I'm fine.
You will be. In a little while.
Why do I have to stay in the hospital? You can take care of me. You're a doctor.
Which is why I think it's a good idea for you to stay put.
This is not where I wanted to spend my honeymoon.
I'm glad to hear you say that. It's the manager of the inn, expressing her concern.
Well, I fell down her staircase. No wonder she's concerned.
You're checking the carpet and the banister.
Look, I don't want to sue anybody. I just want to go on a picnic.
Which we will do as soon as you're all checked out. What is it?
I was really, really happy the moment before I tripped. I wonder if that's why I fell. Maybe every good thing has to be paid for by a bad thing.
That's not how the universe works.
Sometimes I feel like I'm being punished for surviving, still being alive.
Or maybe you just snagged your shoe on the carpet. The planets did not align to give you a bump on the head. It was an accident. That's all.
Babe, where's my phone? She says it was an accident. Do we believe that? As much as I believe Aria being seared was an accident. What do you think, Spence?
And 2 out of 5 in the ER, that's 40%. It's 60 if you count what happened to Emily's ex.
Well, the odds aren't going to get any better the closer we get to election night.
3 days.